Now, tell me about the last Veep, Kamala. We thought we forgot about her, but no, she got an award. This was at a ceremony celebrating Black excellence. And the former Vice President received the Chairman's Award, which is given, and I quote here, to individuals who excel in public service and leverage their unique platforms to ignite and drive meaningful change. Josh, exactly what meaningful change did she ignite and drive, other than wasting, I don't know, $2 billion to lose all 7 swing states?
Great question. I'm not entirely sure that I could tell you what exactly Kamala Harris did. I mean, you know, this is one of those kind of mealy-mouthed boilerplate prizes that they're clearly just they want to give it to Kamala Harris because they want to try to make Kamala Harris relevant or keep her relevant there. That's the only purpose of this. That is literally the only reason why the NAACP is giving her this award at this time, is they are trying to keep her politically relevant because, God forbid, she might actually run for president again if she is so delusional to do so in the year 2028. There's nothing there. I mean, this is total gobbledygook there. It's total gibberish. The woman accomplished positively absolutely nothing as Vice President of the United States there. She was routinely ranked as one of the least popular, if not the single least popular vice president in all of modern American history. Her vice presidential office leaked like a sieve to Politico, to the New York Times there. It was extraordinarily leaky. By all accounts, she was a horrific boss, by the way. That's the reason that they were leaking, is because she treated everyone in that office like absolute crap there. I can't name a single thing that she actually tangibly accomplished other than what you said, which is that she wasted oodles and oodles and oodles of donors' dollars there. Many of those donors, I think, are still looking for a refund, incidentally. I'm not sure they've gotten that at this point.
Good luck. Yeah, she was a uniquely terrible candidate, and to get this award, I'd hate to think who else was in the running for it. Now, we're going to speak about the shenanigans at MSNBC shortly, but let's cover some serious stuff. Let's hear from the UN ambassador, Elise Stefanik, Trump administration's UN ambassador, vowing to dismantle UNRWA.
And a top priority that I have worked on in Congress for years, President Trump defunded UNRWA, the pro-Hamas terrorist group that committed atrocities on October 7th. And make no mistake, hear it now, as President Trump's United States ambassador to the United Nations, we will not only defund UNRWA, we will dismantle it.
Josh, our governments give millions to UNRWA despite serious doubts about what they were doing, where that money was going, Hamas's involvement. The US is finally bringing some accountability to this body and hopefully to the rest of the UN.
You know, the Trump administration, the first time around, defunded UNRWA, UNESCO, multiple of these, not just anti-Semitic, but frankly, just anti-American, anti-Western civilization UN bodies there. The Biden administration with Biden and Kamala Harris, of course, then fully refunded them again. But what Elise Stefanik is saying here, she's taking it even further, Rita. She's saying that we're not merely going to defund UNRWA again. We're actually going to try to annihilate it top to bottom there. That would be a monumental accomplishment if she is able to do that, for one very simple reason, which is that UNRWA is one of the reasons why we are still in this mess in terms of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict in the first place after 77 years since Israel was declared independence. What I mean by that is because, and I'll just say this briefly here, UNRWA uses a different definition. It's very, very, very subtle but important point. They use a different definition of the word refugee than the United Nations agency, the United Nations for High Commission of Refugees, for any other population in the world. Typically, under international law, a refugee is just you as an individual. If you are displaced from a war zone, you are a refugee, but your children born wherever you are exiled to, they are citizens then of that country. UNRWA, that's not how it operates. Under UNRWA's definition of refugee, that status carries intergenerational down the chain there. So people who have no connection whatsoever to the 1948 conflict, they're still refugees here. The reason for that, Rita, is to perpetuate this conflict and to make the Palestinian Arabs think that they have a chance of ultimately eradicating Israel. This is the so-called right of return fallacy there. So the whole thing is corrupt top to bottom there. I wished Elise Stefanik the best of luck in getting rid of this garbage.
Like you said, it's a monumental task, but I think she's equal to it. And one of the issues I've got with the UN, one of the things they rarely speak about, including the UN Human Rights Council, is the persecution of Christians. And this next story is particularly disturbing. 70 Christians have been beheaded by Islamist militants in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The 70 Christians were rounded up by these Islamist terrorists, held hostage in a small Christian church where they were tied up, and all 70 were beheaded, according to Open Doors, which monitors Christian persecution around the world. Josh, the group responsible is affiliated with Islamic State, and sadly these horrific incidents are not all that rare in parts of Africa. Open Doors reports on this on a regular basis, and it makes for absolutely horrific reading.
Absolutely horrific reading indeed. I couldn't believe this headline when I saw it. It's just appalling. It's just absolutely positively appalling there. You typically see these sorts of stories sometimes in Egypt with the Coptic Christian community when it comes to Muslim Brotherhood affiliates. Sometimes you see it in Nigeria with Boko Haram. The Congo is somewhat of a plot twist. The Muslim population of the Congo, Rita, I looked this up, is approximately 1.5%. So that's not exactly high there. Clearly, this ISIS affiliated group is punching far above its weight there, but it's just another reminder, as if we needed it, that radical Islam continues to be a genuinely lethal threat for Jews and Christians all throughout the world. I mean, whether or not we're in the West, whether or not we're in the Southern Hemisphere, Western Hemisphere, no matter what it is, radical Islam remains a terrible threat. Fortunately, we have a commander-in-chief here in the United States, Donald Trump, who I think very soberly and clearly sees that threat for what it is. I'm not entirely sure our European partners do there, but certainly the good folks in Africa need all the help they can get. I'm not sure that they're going to get it, though, tragically, from the United Nations anytime soon.
Before you go, Josh, Joy Reid, and I've got to say, she's been one of my favourite lefties losing it. And by favourite, I mean she gives me so much material. Just I could do a segment on her almost daily. She's now been sacked by low-rating MSNBC, and there are rumours that Biden's former White House spokesperson, Jen Psaki, could be replacing her. What can you tell us about this move? She absolutely has been a standout, I've got to say, Joy Reid. Some of the stuff she has said on air beggars belief.
Yeah, Joyless Joy Reid is one of my old childhood friends likes to refer to her. It's funny. Joyless Joy Reid was actually basically a free infomercial every night, Rita, for us at the Article 3 Project, because she makes my Article 3 Project colleague Mike Davis out to be the Rasputin here in America. There, it was truly just free advertising. So, frankly, from our organizational perspective, I am just genuinely sad to see her go. I'm also sad to see her go for the reason that you alluded to, which is that this woman was just so positively unhinged. You never knew exactly what she was going to say next, but you knew that it was going to be completely lunatic, bat crap crazy there. I suspect that Jen Psaki is going to be liberal, obviously, but not quite as over-the-top, hyperbolic, playing the race card every night, all this stuff there. So unfortunately, I think it's going to be a little bit less entertaining to hate watch, so to speak, there. But, hopefully Joyless will resurface somewhere across the interwebs, because I can't wait to tune into her next unhinged monologue, wherever that may be.
Well, I hope she saves some venom for MSNBC, particularly if they replace her with a white woman, because if you listen to Joy's monologues, that is a sign of racism, institutional racism. So I hope we're going to just get all the dirty laundry aired, everything that's been going on behind the scenes at MSNBC. I look forward to hearing about it. Josh Hammer, thanks for your time tonight.
Thank you, Rita.